morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. It's Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. I think it's Tuesday. I don't know what happened to Monday. Yeah, we've been busy over the weekend. Long weekend, every Memorial Day. I hope you told some person who's, who served in the military that you appreciate them and that you respect what they've done for you and for me here in the United States and around the world, of course. We always thank those who serve, for their service. Now, some of them who serve today aren't serving. They're making us their servants. And we showed a little bit of that earlier today as well, this morning. Good morning, Walleye King. Judgment-free one. Free zone, actually. And Susan, always a pleasure. Beth Truman, good morning. Good morning, Quake Cat in the UT. But she's not in the UT no more, so maybe she should change her name, eh? Quitty. I call her Kitty Cat anyway. Canuck, good morning, New Brunswick, Canada guy. Big T-shirt Billy, good morning. Lake Girl 19, better known as Ms. Montana. And Lake Girl 19. Croatian Dude 96, good morning. Good morning, Doc Rock 18. Good morning, Warning. Judgment Free or Free Zone. Yeah. King of Snarls, I pray you're well. You're logged in, so lets me know, because your little town had, or just east of you, had a couple of tornadoes here last weekend. And Uncle Milty's in the house. Yeah. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. I know the mods are monitoring everything. Let me see. Yeah. This is Jordan. All right, so that's another 3 videos we have set up for today. Solar wind right now is 343 kilometers a second, and proton density is at 4.54 per cubic meter. We've had a C8 a C8 flares, so a couple of C8 flares, and yeah. Noctilescent cloud season begins. Northern sky watchers, it's time to start looking for your noctilescent clouds up in the north. NOAA 21 satellite detected the first of these for the 2024 summer season on May 26th. At the moment, the clouds are still inside the Arctic Circle, but they should start to spread out to lower latitudes soon. Also, the big news, yesterday's X 2.8, 2.9 is from an old friend of ours. Yeah, 3664. Yeah, do you remember 2 weeks ago that we had, it's now called 3691. Do you remember the flares, X flares that were being shot at us crazy like 2 weeks ago? Well, that sunspot has come all the way around the corner. It's rock. All right. Oh, you rock. Okay, I gotcha. Susan does. She's the bomb. So is Walleye King. He's my brother too. Timmy, I think he's just sleeping it off, or he's at band practice. What stays at band practice? Whatever you do at band practice. But anyway, the return of the historic sunspot that was rocking our world here a couple of weeks ago is back. It went all the way around the corner, came all the way back around the corner, and it has begun to emerge and has emerged around the northeastern limb of the sun. Not facing us yet, but it can do what it can do. And that sucker's still active and huge. I think it was around May 10th that the superstorm happened. And it has spent 2 weeks transitioning the far side of the Earth. Yesterday, it announced its return with an X2.8 class solar flare. Crazy, like, and an explosion off the sun. Here, look at this. Here, yeah, I'm going to show you a pic here. Hold on. Page, here we go. Here's the sun's surface right down here on the bottom. You can't see my mouse, that's weird. And then, boom, shot all the way out. Crazy power. And you can see it right here. Michael Carrera, thank you for that picture. That's really amazing. Here's when you see it, and you can see it right here. Look at this. There's another one sitting right there. But kaboom. Shot that plasma out into space. Yeah, crazy. You know, crazy. It's so fast, it was gigantic, he says. Guy says he hasn't seen this in 40 years of watching the sun do its thing. The explosion caused a deep shortwave radio blackout over East Asia and hurled a bright CME into space. A NASA model confirms that it will miss Mercury, Venus, and Earth. None of the other planets are worried. Well, if you're worried about where you are planet-wise, well, let's look out. Yeah. On the other side of the world, the other side of the solar system is Uranus. And then Jupiter, then Venus, then Mercury. All right? And Mars is over here too. But look at us. We over here all by ourselves. You know, we got Waimea and Make and Ceres and Pluto. Pluto is a planet. Don't give a crap what they all say. At least the schooling that I went to. Now, they can rewrite history, and they're still arguing whether or not it is. They say, well, it is a planet, but, and all the planets are on this quadrant. Isn't that weird? Yeah. I wonder what happens a few months from now. Well, Venus disappears. Mercury comes into alignment. Mars is still moving, but Saturn and Neptune ain't going to happen there, son, over the next month. Pretty far out. All right. We're looking at here the storms. Yep, we got a new tornado warning. Just happened. And National Weather Service says Shreveport has issued it. Tornado warning for southwestern Panola County in northeastern Texas, east central Rusk County in northeastern Texas until 10 a.m. At 9:35. They said a severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornado has happened near Pine Hill, or 11 miles east of Henderson, moving east at 45 miles an hour. Hazard tornado. Source is radar indicated impact. Rotation. Impact says flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be wiped out and destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles is likely. Get to shelter, will you? You know, really? If we zoom, make it a little more opaque there. Yeah. There's Lufkin right there. Let me turn that X off. Moving towards Shreveport. Yep, tornado warning. Flood warning up here at Fort Worth. Yeah, moving into Louisiana. And, well, shoot howdy. It's on its travel toward you. Tornadoes near Dallas. Yeah, it's not showing any warnings right now. And I do have another I can show you. Wait on the page and go like this one. Tornado expired in 15 minutes in Texas, Roos County. That's this warning here. And severe thunderstorms, Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, and Tyler, Shreveport, Louisiana. All of this is busy. Oklahoma's got a warning. Severe thunderstorm expires in 29 minutes. That means hail, an inch big. Better up. And we can look at some of this. There you go. I guess they do have the tornado warning right now. Denton, Texas had 83-mile-an-hour winds this morning. God bless America. I mean, really? Don't like that. But it appears this is the major storms right now. And let's look at Dallas, Fort Worth. Doesn't look like major stuff around Dallas at the moment. We can look up here. Yeah, I just did. You can see a line of storms that went through Dallas on its way east. Yeah. If you're in a neighborhood, look at all the lightning. You know? Yeah. Band Island, magnitude 5.1. South of Fiji. All right. This one time at band camp. I know, right? And you know. Anyway, so we're looking at that. We're watching the weather for you, trying to make a, informed decision on what's happening around the world, your world and my world. Red Wagon, good morning. Nice to see you, brother. It's always a pleasure. And I know there's a few others, but no beard this morning here, son. Too early. And I got to go to the eye doctor today, see if I can get glasses. Yeah, I know I can. Yeah. Anyway. What else? All right, let's get back into the space weather. Right now the KP index is 2 or 2.67. There's no equatorial coronal holes. The more we get closer to solar maximum, the more these sunspots drift toward the middle. Still in the northeastern rim is that badass. And we can zoom in here. Yeah, this monster produces a bunch of X's, but looky here. Look what's coming around the corner. Yeah. And these ones are leaving. Crazy. And I'll show you. Here's the map. Here's that monster coming around the corner, and here's the one that's the X bomber. Hi, back at work, sleeping through, no coffee. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think 60% chance for an X, 30 for an X, 60 for an M right now. May 27th was this last report. It's bumping up, baby. They know what that monster is ready to do. Yeah. And near-Earth asteroids, there's still 2,349 of them that we're watching. We've watched since I've been doing JSL for 4.5 years now. Can you believe that already? It's from January 1st, 2020 was when I went 24/7. And been doing it since. Love every minute of it. Sometimes I'm not all there. Sometimes, thought the last rabbit hole was pretty fun, but I got off track a few times. but it's just because I was deep in thought. Now, sometimes you get thought processy and you trying to articulate in a way that somebody else understands because it's, impressionable or impressional, but that I'm not the sharpest tool in the world. I'm sometimes pretty dull. 5/28 is the date today. The 28th, there's a little 18-footer out there and another near 150-footer rock traveling through space in our vicinity. As we travel through space, we're not going to meet. All right. So the bigger rock is about 17 lunar distances away. The other one's about almost 8 lunar distance away, and that's about 18 feet. So we're monitoring those. One of them is a FA, potentially hazardous asteroid, and that can do damage. 100 foot or bigger, 300 foot or bigger. Yeah. So both are not, super dangerous. But hey, you in an airplane and something 150 feet comes by, it's like, hey, that's like a whole side of your wing. Yeah, you don't want that to happen. Geomatic storm probabilities are up to 30% now in the mid latitudes and up to 15% in the higher latitudes. Yeah. Let's look at solar wind right now and see if we see any dynamic pressure here from the magnetopause. It's very minimal. A dynamic pressure. Solar wind is pretty minimal too, about 340, 350. Standoff stays about 12. Proton densities dance between 7 and 3. So BZ's in the north. Just barely. It's nominal. All right, let's look at the LASCO. We got a couple of satellites here in LASCO 2. The visual of at the sun. And boom. Oh, there was something that went away. All right, so quiet in all the eastern front here. All right, here's yeah, there's a couple planets traverse. There's a big one that popped. There's another one that went away. Yeah, I don't think there's anything coming at us. Let's go ahead and look at the LASCO here. Not LASCO, but the NOAA. Here we are here. Yeah, very little. Oh, look at that. That's where the X went. There's talk that it was bigger than an X 2.8, but because it wasn't directed at our planet, it was still as it was coming around the sun on that eastern limb, that we're okay. A shock wave does come to us, but it's minor. They have not stopped talking about this, what do you call it? Solar sunspot. All last week and over the weekend, they were talking about how it was super powerful, almost as big as the 1987 explosion that knocked out the eastern seaboard of Canada, and that it irradiated or energized the crust of the earth. And in so doing, we've got some, information now to glean over the next time period and try to ascertain how much does the sun affect the planet, and does it create earthquakes, or does it just add to them, add to the phenomenon of earthquakes? And earthquakes ain't the only thing that's happening on our planet, man. PNG suffered a devastating collapse of a mountain, and there's a lot of people missing in this town. amidst tribal warfare and the fact that the roads were wiped out in this mining town because of the mountain slide. It just collapsed and slid down the hill. And as it did, it took everything with it, including the town. So there's concern about that in Papua New Guinea. And but let's look to see if we got any ground magnetics. Nope. Doesn't appear so. Planetary alignment. Hey, Eden, how are you? June 3rd. Depends on where you're at. Yeah, last time we saw this, a couple years ago, is it already been a couple years since the last 8? Yeah, since the last 8 that we had. So nothing's happening there. How about the tremors up in the Pacific Northwest? Let's start there. 432, and guess where they are? Yeah, the Trinity National Forest. That's interesting. Why do I say it's interesting? Well, we have the Blanco fracture zone right here that goes right through here into North America. We also have the Mendocino fracture zone, which goes right into North America. And this is on the inner tip. So what do you think? I mean, if I went like that, you wouldn't see that. But if I did that, you would. If we have a fracture zone like this, and we have landmass basically like this, right? What about this line here? Right? And this one here. They stop it right here. I drew too much on it to tell you because I just let the cat out of the bag. But the Mendocino fracture zone comes up right at the top of where the San Andreas goes. San Andreas ends right here. So in my mind, this continues and this continues. So in this shaded area, it's not shaded. In this shaded area right here is interesting. So if you have a pie and you put pressure or apply pressure on one end of the pie, what happens to the other two? They rise. Or if you push it that way, then it's twisting that way. Why do I say that? In the Mendocino is a ridge of part of the Pacific Plate. Pacific Plate's moving in that general direction, and if it catches this, which it does, it shoves it in that direction. And if it catches this, which it does, it continues in that direction. So if we're having activity right here, which you see right there, what logically is happening? Why all the pressure right here? Why all these creaking? They're not earthquakes. They're movement underground. 10 to 20 kilometers last I heard. And we have, if we took a side view, then we have the we have the landmass, and we have out to sea, we have a spreading center, right? It's moving land that way, and it's moving land that way. We have the crust. We have, or this landmass, or this spreading center goes all the way through, right? And then we have the whole plate, the whole region moving in that direction. And if this is spreading and this moving this way, this moving this way, then we look at, and that's what's happening right here, by the way, this type of event. This here, this goes up this way. This is moving that way and that way. But this section right here and right here, that's a strike slip zone. That means it's moving this direction and that direction. This is moving away from itself. This is moving away from itself as well. This used to be contacted here, but the strike slip has moved. So this pressure that was applied here, somewhere out here, is the same right here. Wait, yeah, right here. Strike slip. And we have all these vibrations happening here. Now these vibrations are innocuous to us all because we don't know that they exist. But the instruments that are using to monitor that are saying, hey, there's a swarm, pretty darn incredible swarm of 432 of them in the last, day that since we've been looking at them, all happening on the 27th, just one day. If we looked at the day before, you can see near 500 of them. We look at the day before that, 544 of them. That's Friday. We looked on Thursday. Look at that, 516 of them. The day before that, 262. And the day before that, 209. And the day before that, I think it's probably Monday the 21st. Is that right? No, Tuesday the 21st, a week ago. Today, 82. And 45 the day before that, Monday. Here's the 19th, nothing was shown. So in just 7 days, we've got well over 3,000 or more vibrations happening in this generalized area. What's going on? The edge of the triangle, the spreading center, the strike slip, the strike slip, the spreading center. Again, spreading, strike slip, spreading, strike slip. That's the bottom half of the Wanda Fuca, and that's this out here. And if I went to USGS, you'd see a little bit better. This thing here. And if we just went to the ocean, you'll see this crack, and this crack, and this one, and this one. These are creating, this is like a split in the ground where magma rises up and makes more land. This is a slippage of this spot and this spot separating itself because whatever's moving it, it's like this is being pulled pulled apart, right? Magma rises and makes more ever so slowly. Just like the ocean ridges out here in the Pacific, Atlantic. Same kind of thing happened. There's a strike slip. There's a spreading center, strike slip. Excuse me. So crazy stuff happening right here. Are we looking for a large earthquake up here? Not particularly, but I'll tell you, Eureka, all the way to up here, Crescent City, Brookings, is well known for very, very large earthquakes. Even Humboldt, Fortuna, Rio Del. You remember those when Rio Del popped? What is it, 2 years ago? Yeah. And it's funny. It's not really funny, but it's observable funny that a significant amount of historical earthquakes happen. Here's the Blanco fracture. Mendocino, sorry. Most of them happen up here, north of this line. Why? Here's the spreading center, spreading out. Why? Why all the earthquakes happen right up in here? At the base of a subduction zone. There's the subduction zone right there. Or so it's believed to be. Yeah. It is a broken, it has a broken potato chip. Yeah, no kidding. Often this is called a Mendocino plate, this little section out here. Now they say it stops right here because of the scientists believe, or they teach but they don't kind of teach. It's like an omitted thing, that this subduction zone right through here is where the plate is. It's gone underneath. So if I drew a map here and say that's the top view, if it's side view, it kind of comes down like that, right? And here's the ocean. That's the subduction, eh? Now what's happening in the subduction, there's water going down as well. And there's crust, and there's portion of the lithosphere, yeah, that goes down as well. So in all actuality, all of this is going underneath the North American plate. As the North American plate is moving in that generalized direction, the Pacific plate's moving in that generalized direction at a much faster rate. So it's kind of like a grinding wheel in this section and this section, moving these that direction. And out here where we have this line here, and it's really this, right? And this line here, there's a meeting place out here, and that meeting place is right out here in the Trinity National Forest. And at the base of it, or at the very peak of it, is two large volcanoes. Two large volcanoes. There's Mount what? Right there. Mount Shasta. And the other one, what's the other one? Mount Lassen. Right? There's a few others that are in here. Volcanic field out here as well. Yeah. Some of this is ancient plate out here, as well as new plate. And ancient North America is up there. So, 200,000 years or so. But all these vibrations. Some, tell you, oh, it's the end of the world. Shit's going to happen. Well, shit does. Sorry, my beeper doesn't work. It's slow. Kind of like me. But anyway, so the vibrations are happening. Now we can look at the buoys to see what's happening in the ocean, see if there's any drunk Chinamen out there. You know, and I'm not seeing any. No, they're over there all worried and butthurt about what's happening right here. And what's happening out here in the South China Sea. Yeah. And something's going to bad over there. It's going to be bad. But it'll be somebody else other than us taking care of it. So I'm not seeing anything on the west coast of the United States. Here's the Blanca fracture. Here's the Gorda escarpment. There's the vibrations. Nothing's showing up on the buoys. Not even in Vegas. You know, crazy. Nothing's showing up on the east coast as well. Nothing up in Canada. Alrighty then. We'll touch the earthquakes here in a minute, but let's go ahead and look at the. Do you have power? Some people don't have power. Texas, 100,000 people without power. Do you think it behooves you to get yourself another power source other than what's offered to you there in Texas? Arkansas has the same problem. Missouri has a problem. Kentucky, 50,000 people without power. A couple of serious tornadoes went through there up here in the north. Very populated area. Up there by Paducah. Where old Snarly's from. He's still looking for Mitch. You know, Mitch Kupchak. But in this day in history, Xinjiang, China had a 5.6 in 1998. May 28th, 1998. 5.6. 28 people were injured. 2,000 buildings destroyed. 3,000 were damaged, and 5,000 head of cattle killed. And 5,000 head. How the heck does an earthquake kill 5,000 head of cattle? Well, in the news today, some 35 cows were zapped by electricity. Yeah, did you hear that? I don't remember how many darn cows, but thank you, 42. Yeah, I mean, did a building fall on them? I don't know. Big T-shirt, Billy. You knucklehead. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, it was a lot of cows. This farmer said, hey man, the lightning just came in and snuffed a bunch of cattle. But how does an earthquake do that? Does earthquake have their own, I was reading it, so. Let me see here. No, I don't see it. Everybody's looking at bottled water now. Do you feel sick from bottled water? Yeah, there's 2,000 people feared dead in PNG. Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah. The cause of earthquake would scare the cause starting stampede. They would trample each other. Yeah. Gas explosion from the rear, Dub Diesel says. Not in a moo. The ground was moving. Yeah. The college would start the... dude, come on. If you can do cow tipping, do you think really that the earthquake startled 5,000 head of cattle and they all died? What about the ones that were injured? What about the other ones? 5,000 head of cattle. Did a landslide happen on them like it did in PNG? I don't know, man. I got to call BS on that. Sorry. I'm going to call BS. Yeah. You can do cow tipping and they can knock a damn thing over, but an earthquake kills. What did the ground open up and it suck them all in? 1998. I think somebody was eating steak for months. They were milking at the time. Maybe the machines electrocuted them. Right. Xing Xing, China's out in the middle of friggin' nowhere. Just east of the Gobi Desert. So, well, maybe we've been saying it wrong. Maybe it's go by. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go ahead and look at the USGS. I saw an interesting earthquake today. Yeah, down here in Baja. A 4.0 in San Vicente, right? Why did they choose to show that one? Well, that's because there's a little swarm building up in here. They call it Alberta Oviedo Mota. Mota. Mota man, Mota beta. Yeah, bunch of little bzz. Little, yeah. Is that a volcano? Right there's a peak. Peak of what? I don't know. Doesn't look like anything out there. Yeah. What do you see? Or do you? Yeah. Little swarm happening up there. San Felipe crack. Yep. It goes right up by the Ensenada. Ensenada. It's filling the line to the other chamber. Yeah. It's at the crack. It's at the crack. Oh my gosh. We do have some fun here. Up in Riverside, or Fontana, that would be, not Riverside, I think that'd be San Bernardino's right here. Fontana had a 2.6 this morning. Yeah. And if we went and show the faults here, it said all today, just today. Looks like activity along the Elsinore fault has picked up. Bang, 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 bang. All right. The San Jacinto fault picking up. But the San Andreas? Oh, that leads out to the Johnson Valley, which the Johnson Valley quake, 7.3 in 1992, was the largest earthquake in the last 100 years in California. 7.3. I'm pretty sure of that. Unless you count the 1906 one. Yeah, that's still more than 100 years, so. Yeah. They had a 7.1 in Ridgecrest. They had a 7.1 in out here in the Bullion Mountains, out here back behind 29 Palms. The Pisgah Bullion fault zone. Yeah. Hidalgo fault zone somewhere out here. So we had a big 7.3, a couple 7.1, and then a 7.1. Where this entire desert, which is the eastern half of where I live, western half, sorry. Yep. Mojave Desert has moved. What the hell? I can't do the math. Here, let me see if you can see. How much has it moved? 1992, it moved 17 feet. In 1999, it moved 15 feet. In 2019, it moved 16 feet. The entire desert has moved 48 feet. What? Darn near 50 feet, this whole desert has moved. Well, which way did it move? North. North by northwest. The same direction that this monster out here is moving. Rubbing up against it. See, all this is part of the Pacific Plate as well. Los Angeles, Pacific Plate. San Francisco belongs to North America. All of this was down here. Even Baja was there. Why? Something happened. It dislodged and it's moving north. North to Alaska. The march is on. Yep. Been doing that for several 100 million years, or several thousand years. Yeah, million? Yeah, million. Wild in less than 50 years. Yeah, right? That's a foot a year. Oh no, the San Andreas only moves 2 inches a year. Or the Pacific Plate moves 2 inches a year. Well, part of it's moved 50 feet. But they don't tell you that. Why is this sector down here, another triangle, moved 50 feet? The Mojave Desert goes all the way out here. And just north of me, we had a 1.1 in Nellis Air Force Base. Whoa. North of Vegas, we see a little swarm building up too. Right out here in the Jackass Flats in Rock Valley. Why? What is it about this Johnson Valley or Shoshone Mountain, Beatty, Nevada? What is it about this region that has been so friggin' activated? As well as up here in Tonopah, Minnesota Springs, Silver Range, right here, Candelaria Hills, right, Monte Cristo Range. All of this has been moving because there's they don't show you. You see the lines of the states, right, but you don't see the lines of the faults. And if I showed you again, you got California comes like this, and Nevada right this, right? And you got Vegas down here. There's a fault system that works, that's out here in California, Nevada. It's out here. There's the Death Valley, Panamint Valley, Owens Valley. These three valleys can make eights. Yep. What's next? San Joaquin Valley. Spreading away. What's after that? San Andreas. Then the coastal mountain ranges. From the Wasatch to the Hurricane, the Walker Lane, the San Andreas, all pointing right here to a fulcrum point. Just like what's happening up here, it's happening down here, and has been for years, because that's a roller of the chicken leg, which it's moving that way. Probably take another 50 million years for Mexico to get over this shrinking violet of a subduction zone over this the EPR. And when it does, more parts of Mexico will be taken out. North America is moving in a near a southern direction, parts of it, and yet all the GPS are saying, "Oh no, it's moving north. It's moving north, and it's spinning right here, clockwise, because it's part of the wheel, the big grinding wheel of the Pacific Ocean." That's why we're having earthquakes. That's why all this stuff happens. Well, then why Texas and all that? Well, because you pump enough turds down in the ground, that's what's going to happen. Also, it's the other end of the chicken leg that's moving out. Right? There's a pressure applied right through here. Theoretical. All this is theoretical, of course. If we look at the fire map, you'll see that area of Texas all lit up. You'll see activity from Chicago all the way down into Houston. You'll see along the eastern seaboard, along the Appalachians. You'll see the St. Lawrence, right? Over time, you'll see waves that come across. If you haven't seen an earthquake, watch all the instruments that we have in North America. Something happens over here, it's a wave that goes right through North America that way. And if it is a wave, and we see a curved line right here, another one here, and another one, does that kind of change the way you look at earthquakes? Why this kind of northeast to southwest view? Most of the earthquakes for us happen northwest to southeast. The other ones are northeast to southwest. That's the wave. That's the direction of the waves. But why? Because we're looking at a flat map. This flat map is skewed. Pacific Ocean is way bigger than anything else. Like Africa is super huge. Europe is tiny. Australia is very big too. But the Pacific is 2/3 or a third or more. No, half the world size. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and look at just today's earthquakes. Anything significant we have from the 27th, which is yesterday. Volcano Island, Japan region. Right up here. Right, 4.6. Papua New Guinea, right out here. This is where the landslide happened. Yeah. Butang, Indonesia. The Celeb Sea or the Malacca Sea, right there. Halmahera. Toya, Texas has been bouncing. Also in the middle, Texas, just north of Midland. Right. Toya again. Pretty significant quake of 4.1. That's pretty significant for that region. And then, just south of TJ, another 4. So we have 2 4s in North America. 5-0 Fiji Islands. Yeah. 577 death. Looking for a near 6, up to a near 6, and probably will end up with about a 5.2 to a 5.4, somewhere 1,000 miles around this region. Shallower. And it goes, if it's more shallow, it'll go higher. If it's less shallow, it'll be, closer to 5. Also, Java Trench, a 5.0, happened yesterday. And this one kind of scares me the most. This is a 6 over here by Cinnabung. I want to look at it. Scares me, meaning it concerns me. Look at the origins. magnitudes. Body's already 5.7. 6, 6, 6, 3, 6, 2, 6, 1. Somewhere between a 6 or 5.9 and a 6.3. That was that earthquake. That's the largest in a while. It's like a four-seam ball rotating. Yeah, it's a grinder, man. What does she say? An interesting thing is to pull up and spin it so the west coast of California east to west, and zoom. What? All right. Spin it so the west coast of Cali is east to west, and zoom out. I can't do it. Not on that. Let's try it. Why not? All right. Explore it. All right, it's upside down. Now what? Well, you said flip it over. Put the land at the top. Well, I'm trying to. We're interactive morning show, so Now what? I'm talking with Vampy. She's suggesting to do something and take a new perspective look at things. Like you have it right now, but opposite. You want me to... Now what? Zoom in. Zoom where? Alrighty. It's a different way to look at things, right? That's what we're here about. Hey, Snarls. Good to hear that you're alive. You made it through those terrible tornadoes. I heard that 200 people were hurt, or 3 people were killed and 200 people were hurt. The tiny version of JDR. I don't know. Oh, Wanda Fuka, JDF. Oh, okay. Close by you, yeah, just east of you, right? Yeah. Anyway, so the vibrations are happening right here. And this is the Mendocino, and this is the Blanco. It gives you a different kind of perspective of what's going on. Always looking for new ways to look at things. So, what are you seeing, Vampy? Spell it out for me. Because we are live on Joe Slick Live Morning Talk Show. And I wish I was funny. I'm not a very funny guy. Just funny looking, but not funny. Okay, 1 second, you'll show me. All right. You're going to save something or show something. All right. Like I said, this is an interactive show, so I'll wait for her. And let me just look at volcano news here real quick to ascertain what's going on. On the news today, May 28th, 2024, Fuego, Popo, Simiru, Dukono, Currency, Sangay, Luotobi, and Sabancaya. According to Volcano Discovery, man, they get to pick. I didn't pick them. Luotobi is not doing a whole lot. They're in Indonesia. Simiru volcano erupted at 14,000. That's not a lot. It's 12,000 plus, so it's only maybe 2,000 foot popper. Sabancaya down there in the southern portion of Peru, 24 in the armpit of South America. That's 19 going to 24, almost a mile high. Popper, Sabancaya, intermittent to 24. So hey, same thing. Currency. That's up in there in Alaska, I believe. 19,000. And I don't know how tall Currency is here. 12,004, so it's over a mile high. And let's see here. Latest nearby earthquakes. Hey, stop that. At 19,000, so it's got some. Whoa! What just happened? All right. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? Did I hit the wrong one? Currency volcano. That's in Sumatra? I didn't know where it was. Yes, Central Sumatra. All right, well, that makes sense. We have a volcano that's 12,004 going to 19. On top of that, we had an earthquake. Here's Currency. Here's the earthquake. 6. Power and power. Boom, boom. Crack-a-lacka. Fuego. Nothing. Sangay. Popo, 19. That's nothing. Dukono, 10,000. Well, Ibu and Dukono still popping there. Malacca Sea. Right out here on this little portion of the island. Here's Halimarhara. Dukono and Ibu right here. Boom, boom. Yeah. Been doing that for a minute. Sure has. And that's it for the volcanoes today. So not a whole lot. Sabancaya to 22 out of a 19. Not a lot. Yesterday in the news, Stromboli made the news. Also, I think there's been some evacuations there in Italy on Campi Fuego or whatever it is. They live in a trough of Vesuvius, and it's not too happy right now. A couple of million people live in the area. Popo, 18, nothing. Nothing on Santa Guida Fuego, same. Sangay to 21 from a 17. Simiru to 14, that's nothing. And Indonesia, Java. Nothing. Only looking for the larger things that we can talk about. Fuego's the same. Sabancaya, Stromboli. Lava is cooling in New Hornito in the northern crater. Right? There's a Hornito. White Island again. Yet another gas steam laden plume. Volcanoes might enter eruptive phase. Yeah. Your profile picture? The pressure. Oh, the pressure. I don't understand. Take a picture and put the link in chat. You know, shot or whatever. Yeah, print screen. You know, share it with us because I don't understand. Sangay over the weekend, nothing. Ibu, 24,000 feet. Wow. Ibu's like a 4,600 foot mountain going to 24. It's 20,000 feet, almost 4 miles high at that little island, Halemarahara. 2 volcanoes popping, blowing up. Bam, 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 bam. If there's anything that's happening, it's happening right there. That should be telling us something. Ground report out of Luatolo to 6,000 feet. Little Toby and Little Tolo both popping. They're just north of Timor. Villarica hasn't been there in a while. Just some steam emissions. Yep. And then we go to the Saturday. Ibu was at 24,000. My God, 24,000 feet. Like almost 4 miles high, everybody. That's big for a little mountain. Yeah. Nevada del Ruiz had a 21 out of 17. Santa Guido, sporadic. Popo, Sangay. Just trying to. All right. So that's that. All right. So, well, hell. The Stone Cold Bionic Chicken Leg says that it's the bottom line left cuz Stone Cold Bionic Chicken Leg says so. Do what? The Stone Cold Bionic Chicken Legs says that that's the bottom line fault because Stone Cold Bionic Chicken Leg says so. Okay. What do you mean, Eden? That's funny. Looks like a V. Oh, it's a joke. Okay. I think she's saying that this is a V shape here and here. I think that's what she's saying. And the peak of the V is where the Mendocino comes in. I'm pretty sure that's what she's saying. Vampy. All right, I'll look into that. That's pretty cool, actually. South of Monterey. It depends on me. I'm not savvy with this tech posting stuff. It's all right. We're not complaining. This is part of an interactive thing that we do here, so Where oh, beep beep. My daughter just got a job. I'm so happy for her. Next Wednesday is her first day. Yeah. What are you trying to tell me about the sorry, I'm trying to it's a big deal for her. She's happy. Working at a dental office. It's a receptionist, so it's a job. Takes a while to get work here. Speaking of which, I gotta go to work. I got a doctor's appointment for eyeballs today, so I can see, get all this glare off of me. It's just interesting, and it plays into pressure differences on the San Andreas. Yeah, the San Andreas is right through here. All the way up here is all through here with the Imperial, and then yeah. All right, thanks, Vampy. We'll figure that out. What else we have? Couple of 4s. Punta Cana down here in the DR. Punta Cana, sorry. Cana. There's a 4. Right on. The 5th. That's just great. Yeah. So very, very, very happy. She needs a big hug. I need to go give her one. 4.9 South Fiji Islands just happened. All right. Within 1,000 miles. It's still pretty deep, 4.89 or 489 deep. All right. So the reason we get a lot of earthquakes down here is because this is the weak side of the plate. Not that it starts everything. It's the weakest part of the plate. Snapping off. Bang, 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 bang. Motion goes counterclockwise. Yeah. Anyway. What else we have? Did we? Oh. Yeah. Sinabung, Indonesia. Yep. 5.9. Tonga had a 4.9 just now, and Fiji 4.9. Two more 5s. Bang, bang. Right out here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Well, all right then. Remember the rabbit hole? Please remember the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole was created to dive deeper into subjects that needed further examination. Hi, I'm Joe, and my guest and I will take you on a journey of discovery and exploration. We will provide insight and theories regarding the subjects we discuss. Come join us live at joslicklive.locals.com, or you can join us on Facebook,
or Twitch or YouTube. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you. And remember, don't get none on you.
Yeah, don't get none on you. Remember, here at yeah, I'm out of here. I gotta go to work before I do the other. Yeah. Uh-oh. You see, yeah, and in the morning report here, we normally touch on what's going on in local news or in world news. Yeah. Yeah, Israel's having all kinds of problem with the world because the world wants to have a war over there, and Israel's trying to snuff one out. They made a big boo-boo, but a lot of people died and innocent, but I don't know if they're all innocent. There's a bunch of bugs out there, and sometimes it's hard to tell. I learned about another issue. Hey, Margie, oh my gosh, nice to see you, Margie. Calmness 55, thank you so much. Love you too, sis. Yeah. Yeah. So many things I don't want to even talk about. Just keep bringing these things up. Are they going to rig the election again? Yeah. Pope says he uses a vulgar language. We talk about gay men. He said he's sorry. What, that they're gay? Whatever. Anyway. Big hugs, y'all. Remember, don't get nothing on you. None on you. Linda Sway. How you doing, Linda's? Maybe you be tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Yeah, everybody. Have a good one. Oh my gosh. Love you.